Johnny,
What,
what are we doing over here?
what are we doing over here?
I don't know. I have no idea.
So this is people are going to probably what if anybody watches, they're going to be like, who are these two goofballs?
Exactly.
Are they selling brassieres for men over 50? What are they doing?
Absolutely. I got a good deal on
We
them.
probably make more money.
You're very, absolutely right.
That's right. I'm going to call you Chester. You could call me Timmy to Titty Titty. So
Okay.
anyway, people, if anyone's wondering what we are doing here, you want me to tell them, or you
Yeah,
want?
you
to
tell.
Well,
Yeah.
sure
You
want me to
start
tell?
out. You can start.
Okay.
You're good.
All right. Well, this is WTFMagicShop.com. What is WTFMagicShop.com? We're new to the magic business of selling retail. We've both been doing magic for over 1 million years, right?
Absolutely.
Kinda.
Should we tell them what WTF is?
Oh yeah, because people would. Well,
They're going to
maybe
get the wrong impression.
maybe we should keep it a secret
No, I think we should tell
right up from the front.
them. Absolutely.
Isn't it one keep people wondering in the background? Isn't it better?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
We don't want them to get the wrong idea.
Maybe it's good to get the wrong idea.
I'm not sure about that. You never know.
Well, this is a family show too, so I guess
That's
you're
true.
absolutely
Yes.
correct. Yes.
So this is wondrous to funny.
Not what people thought it was.
No, not what they thought it was.
Not the acronym of choice.
No, no.
Yes, wondrous to funny, because what we are going to be selling are things that are fun, wondrous, and we
And
definitely
things that are
love-
funny.
I love things that are funny. I love
Absolutely.
funny things. So we sell a lot of Murphy products.
Yes,
We
do.
love Murphy's.
Absolutely.
And we also wanted to review a few things to show things that we, well, first of all, just let me back up. Just to tell you where we're at about us. I'm a comedian, magician, ventriloquist. I've been working full time doing this since the 80s, even though I frighteningly don't want to say that. People say, how long are you a professional magician? I say 20 years. It's really like 30
exactly.
something, but I don't like to tell them I'm that old. So I do comedy clubs, theaters, privates. I mean, you name it. I everything, anything in it. Close-up, stand-up, comedy, illusions, magic, control. But comedy is the thing I love the most.
Absolutely.
And-
You're one of the busiest guys out there, Johnny. And
I'm
it's
blessed.
the truth.
Very blessed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then tell them about your skill set too. This is Mike Spade, who him and I have been friends for all these years. And
Yes.
Mike has a very special set of skills.
A very special set. I primarily do a lot of close-up magic, sleight of hand, but I also make a lot of props. I invent a lot of my own, and I repair a lot of props, and I make things for other magicians. And eventually we're going to have a lot of the props that I made and a lot of stuff that Johnny came up with, and that'll also be available on WTF.
Wondrous to funny. Yeah. So, and the reason why we collaborated to do this was because I was opening up this magic shop, and Mike and I have been working on effects for years, and we just did them for ourselves. Like we would sit and together and say, hey, what do you think if you did this? What do you think if you did that? How about if we added this to this or change that to that? And we ended up started creating like things that no one had thought of before. And then I would go out and test them on the road. If it was close up, he does more close up than I do. He would a lot more. And he would go out and work on that close up stuff. I may do more stuff in a stand up show, and we would collaborate what's working. He would take the idea I came up with and try it. And I would take what he did and I would try it. And we would just have a synergy about what was going on.
Right.
And eventually we grew pieces of effects, of magic effects, into shows that really are great. And then we thought, we're not sharing these with anybody. What's the point of it,
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of products in the pipeline currently being manufactured as we speak. We're not going to say where they are yet, but they're going to be on the site. And they're our creations. I got to say the most greatest thought I think has come from Mike. I'm like offbeat goofball about things, and Mike is much more of a detailed person. So I think his mind there's a beauty here because his mind works so differently than my mind.
Exactly. That's why we get along so well.
Yes, exactly. It's like a marriage. It's almost working.
And one of the key things that we want to let people know is we are real world performers, and we want to present all of this to you in the real world. So we want to really show you stuff that you're going to actually use, and we'll show you some stuff that maybe you might not use, but we're going to show it to you anyway.
And we're not the be all end all what is right for everybody. That's the hard part to understand, because there's a lot of different people with different personas and different,
Right.
Like I don't go out and hit the music and do a silent dove act, and some people do,
Right.
So everyone has their own persona and their own nature of what's good for them. But being real, I mean, being working, we do this every day. I mean, it's not, we're doing shows every day somewhere in all kinds of venues. And some are easy and some are hard. And you need effects that you could walk in strongly, pop out, and do well fast. It's not this. So we're going to rate everything that we're talking about on the how well it's easily used, how well it's made, and if it's a worker or not a worker.
Right.
That's really how we
That's
want
the key. It has to be a worker for us to use it. But just because we use it or don't use it doesn't mean you won't.
Right. And the age is another thing. There may be people that are younger than us, and they may have a different mindset. So and that's another thing. I just want to get up front. If anyone's watching, or all three of you, our family,
right? They're watching.
We're going to accept submissions from other people that have invented things or people that have learned to do something really well. For instance, there's a young guy I know that does cups and balls. He's like 13 years old. He sent me a video of him doing it. And I've done cups and balls. I've done a chop cup, but I couldn't believe what he did. And I was like, it's like a minute and a half routine. I thought, we're going to accept submissions from people to come into our show and send us a submission of a tape. And we have this guy, Andrew, that's our video guy here. He's the voice of God. If you want to listen to him, he will choose the submissions. It won't be up to us. It'll be up to him. And we're going to allow him to make a choice as what's best for the public. So if you like to submit something to us, I'm going to every week bring that up. Feel free. And we like to highlight you as a person that's either doing something really well, invented something, or has a new take on something old. Because I know magicians are the most creative people in the world, and they come up with many things. And
Absolutely.
I really want to. There was nobody helping us when we were like we were doing something in the corner. There was nobody to show it to, and here we are in the virtual world now.
That's pretty much all we're showing it to at the moment, just the virtual world.
So let's start. What do you want to talk about first?
I think you should talk about the famous Pitata Memo pad.
Okay, and I'm very fond of this, as you know.
Yes, so
okay.
And you use it a lot more than I do, but I use it a lot too. But it's great.
I happen to have one right here. How do you like that?
Isn't that special?
Brand new. It hasn't even been opened yet.
Oh.
Mine is in my car, which I shouldn't tell people. Yeah. So this. Now this we're going to take a break here and let you. Actually, maybe we should just show them first what.
Yeah, we'll show them what it is in case they don't know. Most people do, but some people may not.
Let's show Murphy's video of this.
Okay.
So after a year of continuous exploration, we found the best solution for close-up performance, the Pita Smart Memo Pad. It looks like a normal pad. It feels like a normal pad. It writes like a normal pad. The real secret lies inside the highly integrated impression chip. This is what Memo Pad looks like. It has all the intelligent technologies of Pita Whiteboard, AI recognition, voice broadcast, and IoT function. If you write a time on Memo Pad, you can automatically control the Pita Time Hacker or the Pita Watch.
So there's multiple ways to use this. And there's a lot of people doing this sort of effect, creating effects to read someone's mind. This is a digital version. It sells for, I believe, $550, if I'm correct. Yeah.
I think it is $550. Yes.
$550 from us, WTF Magic Shop. Now this item has two ways you could do it. One, you can use it as a pad. It comes with a yellow pad that the unit itself fits into. And a pen, a special pen, that anything that the person writes immediately goes to your phone. And or iPad or whatever device you want to use. I use it with an iPhone, and it is in real time. I mean, as you take the pen and just touch the paper, you see a green light up, and it's in real time, 100%, no delay. It's
really
fantastic.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, of course, he has the iPhone, but I'm an Android guy, so it does work with both. That's the most important thing.
Yes, it does.
Right.
It does. I have no experience though with the iPhone but it works equally as well. I understand.
Absolutely.
But the thing about this that's super is I don't like the pad. There's a couple of the companies that come out with one is two. It's called a Wonderland. A friend of mine has it, and I played with it, and it was really good, really good. It was much more expensive. I think it was like $1,600 for
Right.
that one versus this one, which is $550. I don't, as far as technology is concerned, when you say what the tech is, basically the bottom line is what the value do you get? And when it comes to performing to a person, when you read their mind, they really don't care about the technology. They only care that you're great.
The end result.
Exactly.
Right. I know.
So I took mine and I took it out. And one of the recommendations they said was to take a deck of cards and put the unit into a regular deck of cards. So you have a cut case of, cards, and you put the unit in there, and you take a sticky pad and stick it on top and just have somebody write whatever they want on it, rip off the tag, and you know what it is. And I put this in at the end of a mentalist bit I do on my show. And my show is primarily comedy. I'm not a mentalist at all, even though I like it a lot. And I do it in a fun way. And I started putting this in, and I actually get, I don't know if I can say this here, but
You could say it.
I can say it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Every time somebody, I'll say to the person, what's the number, think of the number, say it over and over in your head. And I go, is it 401? And the woman will go, holy shit. And people at the table like, yeah, no way. And at the end of my show, is after all the jokes and everything else is over, people will come over to me and say, how did you know the number? They just never.
It's a WTF moment.
It's a WTF moment.
It really is.
Yeah.
I know.
And so this is, by the way, this brand new one is my backup. I never open it. I don't need it, but I use it every single day.
Yes, you
Is it worth $550? Absolutely. That's why I have an extra one. I mean, I think this is the greatest thing ever since sliced bread. It's electronic, and it's.
And one of the greatest things too is the unit could be put in anything. You could put it in a little pad if you want, like a little regular memo pad. It could be hidden in there. It's hidden in plain sight.
I don't like the idea of it being in a pad, because the pad is almost like, people years ago used to use like carbon paper and there's impression boards, and it just takes away from it. And when I was doing the show, or every time I do a show, I have a deck of cards on a table. I have the pen in my pocket, and I'll say to somebody, here, write down a number, and I'll be like, here, I just grab this deck, and I just grab a little sticky pen, like I'm thinking of it in the moment. And I
Like
go,
a Post-it note.
Yeah, it's a Post-it note. I just say, here, just take this pen, write anything you want, whatever you can even do a walk around. And when you sit
That's
there,
what I do. I do it walk around.
as long as you play it up like a mentalist,
Yeah.
it kills. So 1 to 10. I mean, how many WTFs do when I give this? I give this a 10.
I'd have to agree. It's 10. 10 WTFs, absolutely 100%.
Okay. So
And what about? Did we talk about how easy it is to use?
well, that's a couple that we still. First, how easy is it to use?
It couldn't be any easier, really.
I would say it's a 10 on the ease of use too.
Once it's set up.
Yeah, once you set up.
You got to set it up.
And by the way, the gimmick takes a lot of abuse, because I ripped it in and out of boxes and charged it many times. It comes with a USB cable. I've charged it many times, and every time I put it in the box, I'm thinking I'm being delicate with it. I banged it up, thrown it in. It's
And it starts up every time.
never been a problem.
It's a beauty.
It's a
for
beauty.
sure.
I'm impressed. So ease of use, 10 WTFs.
I have to agree.
How about well made?
It's extremely well made.
10
I mean,
WTFs.
really, it's
It's like, by the way, is your last name Patata?
no, but my uncle,
Uncle Patata.
Uncle
in China.
Patata.
Uncle Patata.
Yes, Uncle Patata.
And is it a worker? Is the question. We're workers. Is this a worker? Will you put this in and keep it? And do
It's
it?
absolutely a worker.
All right. So people think we're just trying to hawk this so people will buy
No,
it.
no.
We don't make a lot of money. These things don't make a difference.
No, not at
But
all.
it's actually great. I love it. I would use it. And 10 WTFs all the way around.
All the way around, all across the board.
All right. That's the Patata Smart Memo Pad. And we love it.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, hey, you're going to show me something that you told me that I must do.
This
and
is
I've
something
never done before.
that you should be doing.
Mhm.
It's non-electronic, but it is called 20/20 Visions by Matthew Wright. He comes up with a lot of great stuff. This is one that I kind of think went under the radar a little bit. I don't know why.
And we're going to do shows about under the radar stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. This has been around for a little while, and I think it was passed by, and it shouldn't be.
Mhm.
It's one of the best things. It's incredible. I do this all the time in every show. Every walk around show that I do, I'm doing this.
You're gonna have to tell me, because you made me buy this, and you saw it's on my table of things
I know,
to do.
I know. This is the thing. It's incredible.
So what is the effect, really?
What you do is you ask anybody to think of any simple drawing, a simple drawing that a child would draw. So they could say anything,
Okay, so I make like a stick figure of a.
They're not drawing it. They're
Oh,
just
you
going to
think
say
of
it. They're going to think of it first,
Okay,
right? They think
so
of a simple drawing.
I'm thinking of a fish in my mind.
All right, if you were thinking of a fish, let's say, then what you would do is you would take out a deck of cards and say you have a prediction inside the box. Just give the cards a cut, and whatever card they cut to, you show it to them. Let's say it's the 10 of clubs, right? So in the box, you have the matching 10 of clubs, which is pretty wild in itself, right? That impresses people. And it has a red back. When you turn that card over, there's a line drawing of a fish on it, which is what they thought of. And it could have been anything.
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 You have anything.
Now, you are restricted to a certain degree.
Okay.
You know, there are like 26 choices of pictures. But,
Okay.
you know, you're going to hit it almost 95% of the time.
Now, if you get that 5% where somebody comes up with a pink aardvark with spots, what do you do?
Right.
Is there an out?
The only out that you have for that is the
card.
generic goofy animal.
Oh, you have a generic.
A generic goofy animal.
You say, like a balloon animal.
It's
you
sort
say
of like
this
an
is a
aardvark. Yeah,
dinosaur.
right. So you do have an out for that.
Okay.
So it really is wild, and it's great. It's pretty simple to use. It's very clever. You do have to set up a few little things for it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's worth it. I think you should definitely look into it. You should explore it because it has a very powerful punch. I mean, I could do all of this knuckle buster sleight of hand, and they're going to say, "How did you know that I said a fish?"
I hate when that.
You know, but it's great. It is great.
What about the ease of use for it?
The ease of use, it couldn't be any easier to use, I have to admit.
Really?
It's really simple. It's very simple. And even on the box, you have a cue sheet, which will help you out.
Can maybe we could show a video of it?
Absolutely. Why don't we do that?
Go ahead.
We'll show it in use.
Let the voice of God do it.
What picture do you think I've got in my mind?
Cat.
An outline of a house.
A flower. Dog.
Next, they choose a card from a deck. You could have gone for any of these cards. You've gone for that card. You've gone for... No way, King of Clubs. Now you can reveal your prediction. That's my favourite card, King of Clubs. I always have a King of Clubs in my pocket, look. It's my favourite. Do you know why it's my favourite card? It's got a drawing of a cat on it.
Shut up.
It's got a drawing of a dog on it.
Oh my god.
It's got a drawing of a flower on it. A drawing of a house.
All right, I get it.
Yeah, you see what I mean.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It is
it's great.
impressive. I can't wait to play with it. I just haven't had a chance.
Now, how many WTFs do you think you would give it? Since you don't know 100% because you haven't used it, but what do you think?
I'm thinking it's up there like 9-ish, probably. It's probably, and I also believe it's a worker.
You're absolutely right. It is absolutely a worker. I give it a 9.5
I would give it
because
a 9,
I use it a lot.
but I haven't had it in my hands
Right.
yet to do.
Once you do, you're going to go up there.
And what about, it's well made. It's easily,
It's extremely well made.
It'll last.
It's amazing. The drawings that are on there look like they were drawn by a magic marker. And it looks like a child would do that. And it looks great. It really, really looks great.
And this is an item that's been around for a while. And by the way, Matthew is brilliant.
Oh, absolutely.
I actually spoke to him once online. He's
a brilliant guy. He comes up with great ideas.
Great.
And the beauty part of this, it's only $29.95.
$29.95.
You can't go wrong with that.
And it'll last that you don't have to buy another one as a backup.
No, you don't have to. I mean, if you use it a lot and it wears out or something, you might want to replace a card here and there, but you could easily do that.
Is it part of your top 10?
It is in my top 10.
It is.
It really is. It's one of my top 10.
And one of my top 10, every bunch does is like a Hyundai 500 or it's like a classic. Everyone's got
Of course.
like a
Or an extreme burn.
yeah,
that
extreme
kind of
burn.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Richard Sanders kind of thing. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to play with it and I'm going to take it out and work
Absolutely.
it. And so we give it. You get a 9.5. I'm giving it a 9 without even knowing enough
Yeah.
about it. But I think
Yeah,
it's
just based
I
on
would
what
use
you
it.
saw. Absolutely. You will.
Cool
Once you
beans.
start, you're going to love it.
Cool. All right, that was pretty good. And then I have another thing here that I wanted to show you. Another electronic thing, not this. Yes, what is that, Mike?
This is Frozen in Time, the high-tech version.
Yeah, and I was so impressed when I opened it up and looked at it. Now, are you familiar with this effect? I mean, it's been around a long
I'm
time.
familiar with the original Frozen in Time, but not the electronic version.
I also
But I
have,
heard it's phenomenal.
I have a large one as well, the really big plexiglass one. So
Right.
for people that don't know what frozen time is, it's 2 pieces of plexiglass that are bolted together with all 4 quarters sealed. And inside that seal is a picture of a clock. And the clock has, a number and a Number in what hand? The number of the two number hands, the large and the small.
Yeah, the hour hand and minute hand.
Thank you. I was looking for hour and minute.
I got it. It's okay. You were frozen in time for a moment, I think.
That's actually very
That's okay.
That's very clever. I said, by the way, we wrote that before the show. No, we didn't. So, yeah, so it's basically the frozen time effect was that you would be able to have this with a cover on it or something, and then you'd say, think of any time, and I'm going to see if I can send this thought from my mind to your mind, and they would say, 2:00, and you'd say, I knew it, and they were like, what are you talking about? And then you rip off the cloth, and frozen in time is that plaque with the picture saying 2:00.
The sealed picture has the 2:00 on it. Yeah.
And it's examinable. It's totally
Right.
sealed in plastic. People don't know how a piece of paper sealed in plastic could.
Be manipulated. Right.
It's impossible.
Exactly. Impossible.
Now, the old one worked on a much different level where you physically had to do something to do it. This one being electronic, it's wireless in a sense, and it's comes with a transmitter. And
So it's a remote.
a remote,
Right.
and it's beautiful. It's we should open it up. Can we show them?
Sure.
There's a lot of things about this that are interesting. We're not going to give away all the secret of it, but I think you kind of get it. It comes with a beautiful transmitter. That is the secret. A USB. Everything comes with USB today, and it's inside this beautiful wooden box. So this will give you what the size of the item is. And inside the box is the
So the box is on the table the entire time.
the box is on the table the whole time.
Okay.
It's sealed. You can hand it to somebody to hold if they wish. And this is just closed in there. They don't know what's in here.
So it's almost like a destination box
It looks like
with
a
an
destination.
electronic timer. Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautifully made. It's well crafted. I mean, it's super impressive. There's a lot to say about this because, I mean, I think it's fantastic. But the question is who uses it and what you're going to use it for? I don't know if it's good as a one-off. It may be better as in relation to doing something on a larger effect with multiple things happening and this
Right.
being an end punch. But it's great. It's really great. The question is who uses it.
It's not the kind of thing you could do walk around, is it? You don't think?
You actually you could if you wanted. I mean, but would you do it walk around as a one-off? Like you just walk around and you have this box in your hand as you go to a table of ladies eating brunch and say,
It would have to be like a multiple effect.
there has to be a reason behind why
Yeah.
you're walking around with a box with a picture in it and glass.
Yeah.
There has to be some thinking behind. Can that be created? Absolutely. Yeah, you could create
Sure.
a scenario like your grandfather gave you this, and before he passed away, and the most important thing to him was time. You could do that.
Well, one of the biggest things that John and I believe in and would also talk about in the future is that you have to think outside of the box. Thinking inside the box is what you get and the effect itself, and just presenting it that way is good. It could be great. But if you think outside the box, you could also, like you said, that could be like a punch to a routine. You can make a routine out of it. You build an effect to create that for the ending.
I
You
agree.
don't want to just start out with that.
I kind of think it's better as a punch at the end.
Yeah.
And this is made by Marvel Magic, and it's also called the high tech version 2. It's the best of the best
Right.
so far, and it's flawless. I tested it. I checked it out. It's fantastic.
It works perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, what is the cost of this this baby?
That one I think was, let me see, I got to double check. That's not bad, really. It's $2.99.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable.
That's really not bad for what
No,
it
it's
is,
really
for what it
reasonable.
does.
No, it's reasonable, and you got something you can do for a lifetime, and it's well made. It's definitely worth the money. The thing is, too, when it comes to something like this, it depends on the type of performer you are. I mean, if you're a guy that's walking around and doing stuff with Sharpie markers and flipping magic and doing this may not be for you. But a person that does mentalism or wants to add a mentalism effect
With a powerful punch.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to have. I'm impressed with it. As a matter of fact, if anybody would want, we'll probably. I had to open this box to check it out and look at it. So I'm going to sell it for a good 20% off because it's
Okay.
Because I opened it, looked at it, just want to see how it worked, and it's flawless. I'm super impressed. It's open box, even though it
Now,
hasn't been used.
the question I have for you is this. Would you use it?
See, this is a good question because yes and no. Yes and no. If I had the right combination of things in my mind to use it with, for instance, if I was hired to do a close-up show in a group of people at a table,
Right.
absolutely, and I would make it a part of like some sort of a 1, 2, 3 punch, where this is the third punch
Right.
of the effect. You could do what's the old classic
Like a confabulation kind of thing.
confabulation type routine with that as like the ending of it,
Mhm.
as a later on ending of it. Like everything
Right.
is perfect, and then they're like, and by the way, can you do a close up walk around? Yeah. Would I? Maybe not. It's a big box, doesn't fit in your pocket very well. It's a pretty decent size. Would I use it though in like in a sit down show? Yes. Yeah. Would I do it in a stand up show in a comedy club or a theater? It's too small.
Right.
It's
You
got.
have the bigger one for that.
I do have the larger one. Yeah,
Right.
but it works much differently.
Right.
But it's really large. But then again, think about this. When you're on stage, even with the large one, and somebody comes up and at the end it says 2:00, and the person on stage, you hand it to them, they're like, oh my goodness, how does this work? But the person on stage is realizing that. The 100, 300 people in the audience don't understand. They're not physically handling it. They're not going to hand it out to everybody there. So it's only taking the trust of the person on stage. And that's an interesting concept about magic that you want to explore.
Right. That's true.
So will I use it? Yes, I can use it for specific things.
Right. But
Whereas
not
like
all-
the memo pad, I'll use everywhere.
Right. It's not a top 10.
No, but it's that good. It is very
Is that
well.
good though?
Is the ease of use?
Well, it's easy to use. We
Easy
know
to
it's well made.
It's well made?
I mean, it's
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Is it a worker?
Yes and no.
That's correct.
Yes and no.
That's correct. And by the way, we want to let you guys. We're being honest. We're not trying to sell. I really don't care if but nobody buys anything. I really don't care. We're not. We make we do great. Everything's fine. We just want to be able to help people. The help that we didn't get growing up as kids and doing magic and stuff. We just want to be able to offer it to others. So the young people that want to, we even have actually a number that you can call. You can call your house.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I got to
I'll
call my
answer.
house. If you have, so I just wrote this up. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. We'll answer the questions. And I have this text number here that you could text. We're going to change that number, by the way. Currently have a new number coming, but right now that's the number which you can
Okay.
text and say, "Hey, I saw WTF, and you have a question about something. We'd be more happy to help you." And this is the actual show. That show. I'm sorry. That's the actual
The website.
website. Yeah. So WTFs. How many WTFs do we give the Marvel Magic Frozen in Time version 2. Version 2, high-tech version 2.
Well, I would say it's got to be a solid 8. Because I know I would probably use it, but not that often. Like you said, in a regular show, maybe, if you have a sit-down show and you're just have like 10 or 12 people, you'll knock them dead with that.
Yeah. So the value of it is depending on what you do, like
Right.
everything else.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with you. I'm kind of in the same
Same
place. If
zone.
I was a sit-down performer, like years ago, you had the Magic Townhouse in New York City,
Right.
where people would come up and see you sit down and perform. That kind of thing, that would be a 10.
At the castle, it'll kill.
At the
it's
castle, it's a
that kind of a
small venue.
setup.
Right.
It's a smaller
Right.
room. Everybody's focused on the one thing, and it's perfect. Yeah.
So there's a dichotomy of interest with something like this, but this is for you folks to figure out what's best for you. Anyway, I think this concludes our first show, and I don't know. What do you think? Did we do a good job? I don't know.
I think so.
Well, let them tell
I
us. in
think
the
they got
comments.
a pretty good idea of what this is all about. We're just a couple of guys doing our thing and keeping it real,
Keeping it real.
right?
Hey, we hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to be on the same time and the same day every week. And we're also going to do a bunch of shows about things that people forgot about, like effects that are great. We're going to get all the newest stuff in as well. I know you want the new stuff, but we're going to do stuff about old stuff too. Because I have a couple of effects that I was just telling Mike that nobody even knows about that are fantastic. Nobody does. It just slipped under the radar over time.
Exactly.
So, we hope you guys enjoyed it. My name is John. This is Mike. And we'll see you
We'll see you next
on
time.
the next time. Take care, guys. You've been a blast.
I just